All right, so get this. We're diving into a story that's like straight out of tech thriller, one that's got political maneuvering, secret meeting, and AI so advanced, like it'll make your head spin. Think, political chess meets Silicon Valley ambition.
Yeah, it really offers a fascinating look into how tech leaders are navigating the world of politics these days and wielding their influence in ways we haven't really seen before.
Exactly. Our source here is this article from AI Times, the Korean AI news site, and it all centers around Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, the company behind ChatGPT, DALL-E. I mean, you played around with those, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Well, this story is about Altman's big project called Stargate. And let me tell you, it's a wild ride.
To get a sense of the scale of Altman's vision here, imagine data centers so massive they basically use as much power as a small city. We're not talking server farms here. We're talking like digital metropolises, dedicated to pushing the limits of AI.
That's Stargate in a nutshell. And what's really interesting is that Altman managed to get a White House announcement for this project and seemingly sidestepped Elon Musk in the process. And Musk, as you know, was a major player in the Trump administration.
What's striking is that Altman achieved this during a very specific time, right? Summer of 24, like right in the thick of the presidential campaign. And despite his own political leanings, he strategically reached out to then candidate Trump, recognizing the shifting political landscape, and the need to adapt.
The AI Times article even suggests that Altman had a secret meeting with Trump at a hotel. And this wasn't just like a handshake and a photo op. Altman actually gave Trump a sneak peek at Sora, OpenAI's unreleased video-generating AI. Now, why all this secrecy?
Well, secrecy was paramount because Sora represents, a huge leap in AI capabilities. Revealing it too early could have, it could have sent shockwaves through the tech world, tipped off competitors, and potentially jeopardized OpenAI's strategic advantage.
It's like a high-stakes poker game. You don't want to reveal your hand too early, right?
Exactly.
But Altman wasn't just playing defense. He was already making moves to lay the foundation for Stargate. Before the election even happened, he got approval from Microsoft, partnered with Oracle, to build this massive data center in Texas.
That was really smart. By securing this approval before the election, Altman basically took away the risk of political uncertainty and potential roadblocks that might have come up under a different administration. He basically locked in a crucial part of Stargate, regardless of who won the election.
It's almost like he was hedging his bets, knowing that the political landscape could completely change. So election night comes, Trump wins, and you'd think Altman would be rushing to solidify his relationship with the new president, right? But here's where things get interesting. He deliberately avoids any in-person meetings with Trump.
Yeah, that suggests a really deep understanding of power dynamics. Altman recognized the potential risks of appearing too close to Trump, especially right after the election. I mean, he's a controversial figure, so Altman opted for a more discreet approach, which leads us to this pivotal 25-minute phone call with Trump.
A phone call that, according to the AI Times, was instrumental in getting Trump's support for Stargate. And all the while he's navigating this high-level political stuff, Altman's also carefully building relationships within the Trump administration, building a network of allies who could support his vision, behind the scenes.
This really highlights something crucial about leadership that we often overlook: the ability to build and leverage relationships across different areas. It's not just about having a great product or a brilliant idea. It's about understanding people, the power of persuasion, and the importance of having advocates in the right places.
So Altman's playing this intricate game of chess, right? Making sure all his pieces are in the right place. And then we get to Trump's inauguration, this who's who of the tech world, all wanting some of the new administration's attention. You got Musk, Bezos, Zuckerberg, all front and center, taken in the limelight. But where's Altman? Where is he in all of this?
The AI Times article, it paints a very deliberate picture. It mentions that Altman's kind of off to the side. He's not with the main group, He chooses to be seen with SoftBank's Sun and Oracle's Ellison. It's subtle, but I don't know, it's telling, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely. It shows Altman gets it. He understands the power of optics. Even in a situation like this, he's not chasing headlines. He's playing the long game. And remember, he's already got that data center deal with Microsoft and Oracle, right? So he's not exactly showing up empty-handed.
Exactly. He's showing his value, not through, big announcements and stuff, but through actions. And this trio, Altman, Sun, and Ellison, they stick together the whole time, through the whole inauguration, right up until the Stargate announcement. Talk about a poker face.
They're in their own little world, keeping it all secret amidst all the chaos and fanfare. But the news about Stargate, it gets out eventually. It gets to Elon Musk. What do you make of his reaction when he finds out?
Well, the AI Times says that Musk, he goes on Twitter, what was then Twitter, and criticizes Stargate, saying it doesn't have the money, the funding. It's a class power move, right? Trying to make the project look bad, maybe turn people against it.
And that's where Trump's backing becomes so important. He basically just brushes off Musk's concerns, says he's not worried about the money, expresses full confidence in Altman and Stargate. It's a message to everyone, to the tech world, to Musk, that Altman has the president on his side.
It's really interesting, isn't it? You have Musk, this huge name in tech, using his platform to try and cast doubt on the project. And on the other side, you have Trump, the ultimate power broker, giving Stargate his approval.
It's like a clash of the titans playing out in public. But through all this, Altman stays calm. The article even quotes him saying he doesn't think Musk will actually try to use his influence to derail Stargate, which is a pretty bold statement, considering Musk's track record.
Yeah. That statement says a lot about how Altman thinks. He's clearly confident in what he's built, the partnerships, the political support, the value of Stargate itself. He's not letting Musk's comments distract him from his goal.
And speaking of goals, all this is going on, and Altman is already on this global fundraising tour for Stargate, hitting up all the major tech places, Japan, Korea, India, the UAE. He's not just waiting around for the money to come in, he's actively going after it, building a global network of investors.
That's Altman's leadership style. He's not just a visionary, he's a strategist. He gets things done. He understands that building something as big as Stargate, it takes more than a brilliant idea. You need political savvy, global collaboration, and a real understanding of, the financial side of innovation.
It's like he's playing 3D chess or something. Thinking way ahead, seeing the challenges before they even happen. And it makes you wonder about the bigger picture, doesn't it? What happens if a project like Stargate actually succeeds?
That's the question, isn't it? We're talking about something that could completely change artificial intelligence as we know it.
I mean, if Stargate really takes off and works like they think it will, we could be talking about AI that's like way beyond anything we can even imagine right now. The possibilities are huge, but, so are the risks.
Right. We were talking about Sora before, OpenAI's video thing. Well, if Stargate gives them the power to, unleash Sora on the world, it could completely change everything. Entertainment, how we learn things, even politics. But it also makes you wonder, how do we make sure it's not used for bad stuff?
It's kind of like opening Pandora's box, right? How do you control something this powerful? How do you stop it from being used to spread fake news or make deep fakes that are so good you can't even tell they're fake?
Yeah, that's something we all need to be thinking about. The technology is moving so fast, and our laws, our ideas about what's right and wrong, they're all trying to catch up.
It's new territory. We've already seen how social media can't really stop fake news from spreading. Now imagine that problem, but 100 times worse because the AI can make these super realistic videos.
Yeah, it's a little scary. It shows how important it is to talk about this stuff. Get the tech people, the politicians, everyone talking to each other. We need to figure this out now before it's too late.
This whole deep dive into Stargate has been, it's been pretty mind-blowing. It's not just about one guy with a crazy idea. It's about how power is changing in the world, how tech and politics are all mixed up now, and what happens when we create stuff that can, change reality itself.
We've seen how Altman, how he's worked the system, gotten people on his side, put himself at the front of this whole thing. But it's up to us, everyone, to decide what kind of future we want with all this power.
It's definitely given us a lot to think about. But here's one last thing for everyone listening out there. If data is the new oil, right, and these huge data centers are the new refineries, then, who controls it all? Who controls that flow? And what does that mean for everything, for new ideas, for privacy, for how we run our countries? The answers aren't easy, but one thing's for sure. Things are changing fast, and the choices we make now, they're going to have a big impact for us and for everyone who comes after us.